Today, we're going to be creating a Tableau dashboard that will be perfect for your data analytics portfolio. Let's get started. In this project, we're going to be looking at an online store sales data set where we will create a Tableau dashboard where we will show off the insights and metrics that we find in the data. The different insights we're going to be trying to find are 4 topics. One, the different KPIs, which would be total sales, total profit, and percent of profit. The second being the monthly sales. Third, sales and profit by subcategory. And fourth, the sales by state. After I imported the dataset into Tableau, I only am going to be using the orders sheet. So I want you to pull that into here. And as a reminder, this dataset will be located in the GitHub link that I'll be attaching to this video. So what I want to do first is look at this dataset just to get a glance. I know we have the questions we're going to be answering, but I'd just like to take a look and see exactly how the data looks, if there's anything else I need to do before I get started. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go to sheet 1. And I'm going to start off by doing the KPIs. I want to find those first. So I'm going to label it just KPIs. And we want to find the total sales, the total profit, and the percent of profit. So I'm going to do first is I'm going to do the sum of sales, which will be down here. I'll put into rows. That's good. Now I'm going to do sum of profit, which I'll put right next to it. And now I want to find the percent of the profit. And I know I have the total sales and total profit. So I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to do a calculated field right here. I'm just going to call this percent of profit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do sum of the profit. Close that. I'm just going to divide that by the sum of sales. That good. It's valid, so we are good. Click OK. I'm going to drag that over right next to it also. And now what I want to do is I want these to be as KPIs. So I'm just going to put them into a text table format. Good. So we have our sales, the profit, and percent. Even though it's a 0, we're going to switch it up a little bit right now. So we're just going to go move this up to columns. I want to go across. Good. I want to go in the same order. I want sales to go first, profit, and then percent. So all I'm going to do is move the sales to up here. Perfect. Right there in the middle. Good. Now, I knew I did the calculation correct, even though it's showing up as 0. So I just want to come into here, and I want to switch up the format of it to percentage and perfect. I'm going to leave that too. Yeah, it looks good. So there we go. We have that for right now. There's going to be some changes I'm going to make to the sizing and everything. But for right now, I'm just going to let that be. I want to make sure I get all the sheets done first, and then I'll go back and make any changes necessary. So next one up, I'm going to do, let's do states. We're going to do the state. I'm going to label that state. What I'm thinking for this one is I would definitely want to use a map. So let me set that up really quickly. Add to there, launch to there, perfect. And I want to do it by each state being represented, since this data set is using the United States. And I want the color to change. I want to be a darker color if it's higher sales. I want to be a lighter color if it's lower in sales. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to move the state over to detail. Perfect. And I'm going to do sales into color. Very good. Now, this is like the standard color that they give you. There's nothing wrong with it. I just definitely want there to be a little bit more of a difference between the higher states and the lower ones. What I'm going to do quickly, just so I don't forget, I do want to make a couple changes here with the color. So I'm just going to here. And what I like to do, what I want to do for this one at least, is I want this to be more of like a light blue / gray. and this one to pretty much stay the same color. So I'm just going to go to, let's go gray. Good. I'm going to leave that there. I want to change this one. I'm going to go into here, and that blue is, the code is 2C5985. Yes, there you go. Good. Okay. And that's better. To me, I like this one better. It's just I could clearly see a little more of a difference between the higher states and the lower ones. So I'm leaving that one there for now. And another quick thing, I know I said I want to at least set things up, and then I'll go back and switch, them up to make them the way I want it. But there's just some things I like to get done right here and then, especially with this map. So this is only using, looks like the continental United States. Alaska and Hawaii is not in there, so we only need to focus on this. I don't want to see Canada or Mexico or anything else because they're not really relevant in any way. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to right click, go to background layers. I'm going to wash it out completely, 100%. Perfect. It'll look a little weird right now, but when we set up on the dashboard, it's going to make a lot more sense. So that's very good. I'm going to leave that right there. Perfect. So we're all good with state. I'm going to go into the next one where we will let's do monthly sales. Monthly sales. But pretty similar to some of the other ones. We're going to be comparing the sales over, we have order date. That's what we're looking for. So let's go into sales there. We go order date. Perfect. So now this is automatically set to each year. And this is not, I know we're looking for monthly sales, but even if they ask for yearly, this is probably something that wouldn't be the best use for a line chart. So just in case if you're going to do this, probably just a simple bar chart would get the job done there. But we're going to be focusing on the month. And we don't want this one because we click this, it's going to compare each month, right? But the thing is with this data set, which we are going to be diving into in 2 seconds, is this is not just 1 year. It's multiple years. So we don't want it just by each month. We want by each exact month. Like January 2017, February 2017. That's what we're looking for. So we go to here, and that's much better. Much, much better. So this is pretty good right now. It's pretty straightforward to the point. I definitely might get a little concerned down here of how it's kind of going in a weird fashion. I want to do quickly and do a dual axis. So I'm going to do here is I'm going to hold control and I'm going to move it right here. Good. Do a dual axis. And all I want is I'm going to leave this one right here the same. I'm just going to go here and make this one circle. Good. I'll make the size a little bit small. That's good right there. That's good. I'm going to make the color. Let's go with a darker. Let's go with black. That's good. It's just going to stand out a little bit more. So that's good with that. But now we see here we have it on both sides, and it just doesn't look right whatsoever. So what we got to do is we got to right click. We got to synchronize them. Perfect. Make sure that's showing header. Yep. Because we want to get rid of this one. Perfect. So that's good. So for right now, this is fine. This is exactly what we want. There are some changes I'm going to be making to these lines. Definitely this axis down here. But for right now, what? Let's do that right now. Just work on that right now. So let's edit that. And I want to check. So I want to be let's do every 6 months. Let's do 6 months, see what that looks like. 6. Okay, that's fine. The only problem, though, is December 2014 is not a part of this because you'll see the first data starts in January. So we'll have to fix that. So let's get into there again. Let's do this. Let's do it fixed. Let's start. What if we put it here? How will this look? Still not. I don't want to show that. Yes, good. So we want to also do 2. Is now this will be every 6 months, so it's a little more accurate down here. I do want to change the format of these dates. I'm just going to make them numeric. I'm just going to do the month and the year. So let me go into here, go to custom month / year. Perfect. That's good. So leave that there for right now. I will have to go back and probably make some more changes, but for right now, this is the way I'm going to leave it. We don't need that header name since we already have the title up here. We don't need that. Good. We're also not going to need this because we know that this charges for monthly sales. So I'll get rid of that. Good. Okay, I'll leave that for right now. So next one up is going to be the subcategories. Yes, the sales and profit by the subcategories. So we're going to call this subcategory. Okay. What I'm going to do is same thing. I'm going to be pulling in the sum of sales by the subcategory. That's good. Let's go the other way. That's good. And I want them to go from highest to lowest. So let's go descending. Perfect. So while finding the sales is, of course, important. You want to know like what each category made, with the phones and chairs being at the top and labels and fasteners being towards the bottom. However, just because something could make a certain amount of money doesn't mean it was profitable. And that's what we want to show off. We want to find out a way. Is there a way that we could show off the sales, but also each of their profits, so we really could see the actual return on each category. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring the sum of profit up to here. That's good. Same thing, we're going to do a dual axis. That's good. No, we don't want that. Just keep it there. Good. Same thing, descending. Okay. Why does it not want to work for me right now? Bar. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So what we're going to do real quick, it's just like before. Because we're doing a dual axis, we have to make sure we synchronize them. And then from there, we can color code it, make it the way we want. So let me go into here. I want to keep this is the problem. We're gonna have to switch this around because I want the sales on the bottom. I don't want to show off the profit. I want the sales. Go here. Perfect. There we go. So I want to keep this, but I don't want to show this. I want to keep the sales on the bottom. Profit, we're not gonna keep that. So same thing. We're gonna synchronize them. That's good. And then, yep, showing header. That's good. Okay, let's get rid of that. Perfect. Good. So we have this set. So as you see right here, the orange is going to be for the sales, while blue will be what's more profitable. Now, I want to have it, can we have it a different way? I want to do it by the sales. There we go. So I do want to show which ones were the most successful with the sales, going from highest to lowest, just so we can see it from a profitability. And we can see from right here, with it being right on 0, that just because the phones had the most sales, it was not the most profitable. We can see clearly copiers had the largest one, and it was right in the middle. Sales of 149,000 compared to 330. I mean, that's double the amount of sales. However, copiers had a 20% increase of profit compared to phones. So that's why doing something like this could be very helpful. You can see clearly which ones had the highest sales, but then also see right away which ones are profitable. I mean, tables. I mean, fourth most in sales, but by far the least amount of profit. It's in negative $17,000. So what I want to do here is I want to change the color a little bit. I want the orange to be blue. I want the sales to be blue, and I'm gonna have profit be like a gray. So let me go in here. Let me go to the profit. So profit. Let's go to Seattle Grays. Let me leave that for now. We'll see how that looks in a little bit. And then go back. Let's go blue. Just get a dark blue in there. See how that looks. That's a little too dark. Let me see. Let's go back. Not too sure. Let's keep testing something out. See what I like here. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna stick with this right now. So we can see right here, all the sales will be in blue, and the profit will be in the gray. I do want the zero to stand out a lot more. I want there to be a line that we could see clearly, a little bit darker, so we could tell where let's say a category would break even. So let's go into here, format, go to lines. Let's go. So it's gonna be on. Let's see here. 0 lines. There we go. There we go. I want it to be black. Perfect. Not that much. That's good. Perfect. Just so we know, even though we have the 0 down here, I just want to show off a little bit better. I want this to look a little bit more noticeable. So we clearly can see where the 0 is, and we can see here. It's a little tough, but we have 1, 2, 3 categories right away that did not make any profit. So I'm going to keep that right there. We'll make any more adjustments as we make our dashboard. So let's get on in there and make our dashboard. From there, once we put things in, we'll see exactly what changes can be made. I know that I'm going to make some changes here. This will probably stay the same. This might have some changes. This one will probably have some changes too. So from now, let's just create our dashboard, see how it looks, what has to be changed, and we will go from there. So let's make our dashboard. I'm going to make the size, I'm not sure. Let's go 1,300, 800. We go from there. See how it looks. I'm going to go with 1,300 by 800. We'll see how that goes. If things have to be changed, well, we can easily make those adjustments. So I'm going to do right now, I'm going to bring in a tile horizontal, just throw one in there. That's good. And what I want to do first is I want to pick the background color. The background color I'm going to choose is here, just so I can show you guys. This is a color I'm going to be using. It is 2B2F42. That's a color I'll be using. It's kind of like a dark navy blue. That's what I'll be using. By all means, when doing this, because it's just a background color, you can put it whatever color you want. It's all up to you. If you want to go with a lighter blue, a green, or red, you do whatever you want. I'm just going to go with this one. I personally like it. So from there, I'm going to now, I want to put I'm going to put my title here. I want the KPIs going here, and then I want my charts here. And what I'd like to do beforehand, obviously I'm not going to show you right now, but on like a scrap piece of paper, I'll kind of draw out my dashboard, how I want to look, where do I want the charts going, where do I think they're going to go. And of course, I'll put them in here and see how it looks. You might put them in here and it doesn't look as good as you might think, but that's why it's good to take that time to prepare so you have an idea what you're doing and not just going on the fly. So, like I'm going to add in my title up here. Just add it up there. Throw in the text. Make this a 24. Let's go Tableau medium. And I'm going to make this, we're going to keep it just like this for now. Call this just online store sales dashboard. That, okay. Distribute evenly. There we go. And for this, I want the background to be white because I don't want being the same as background of the dashboard. I want it to stand out a little bit. I want it to pop a little bit. So I'm just going to go to layout, go to background, and put as white. There we go. Good. So from here, I'm going to also put in our KPIs. I want them going right here. Like I said, when you're doing this after the video, you're allowed to move things wherever you want. The whole point of this is just it's kind of me giving like a starting point. From there, you're allowed to go in and make any changes you want. You go in and make any additional charts you want. This is just to kind of get you started on the right path. So I'm going to here, and I'm going to take the KPIs. I'm going to put them right. Let's go right there. Perfect. So what I'm going to do here is you might not be able to see it, but the title is right here. But of course, it's pretty dark font. You're not going to be able to see it. So all I want to do, I'm going to right click here. I'm going to hide the title. We don't need that. And I'm going to put this into entire view. So that's good. Now, we see right here, think about KPIs is you want to have a little, you want them to pop a little bit, right? You want the font to be a little bit larger, bolder. You want it to stand out. So we're going to do that right now. We're going to go into here, format. We're going to measure values. And let's bold them. Let's make 22. Yeah, it looks good. Keep them at 22. That looks good. And then now we're going to go to here. Format up there, same thing. We're going to measure names. Perfect, it's already there. And let's also bold those. Let's make them 14, 15. Yeah, we'll keep that. Should I bold them? No, we're not going to bold them. I'm going to leave it like that. Keep them at 15. And I also want them to be centered. I want them to be centered. Alignment, middle. Good. Same thing here. Alignment, middle. Good. And the only problem here is we're talking revenue, we're talking money. So I do want this to be in a currency. I want the dollars on there. I don't want just being a number. So same thing, we're going to go here. We're going to go to, right click that, format. Let's go to the, let's go sales. Make that a currency. Good. I'm going to round it. I'm not going to leave it like that. I don't want the cents. I'm just going to round it. Perfect. That's good. And then we go to profit. Same thing, make that a currency. Perfect. And one other thing too, I'm going to go into here. I want this border gone. I want that gone. Let's go into here. None. Why is this? Oh. Not the smartest. There we go. So we have that out of the way. So as of right now, we have our KPIs and our title. I do want to go back into here. I'm going to put some padding. I'm going to make this an 8. Let's go 8. That looks good. Yeah. Let's go 8. 8 there. So we're going to go back to here. This one will be 8. And let me put this one at 0. Good. Perfect. Okay, cool. So that's good. That's good for there. And like I said, when we do these padding, it's definitely gonna help a lot with these different charts coming in to make sure things are spaced properly, that they're not on top of each other. And like I said, it'll just be a lot better on the eyes. It'll be a lot better to follow along and easier to understand. So we have our KPIs and title. Now we have to add in our 3 charts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the sales and profit right here. And I want to do the map here and then the monthly sales down here. We're going to see how that looks. And I'm going to have some filters right here on the left side. But I'm going to see how it looks first before we do anything. So let's go into here. I'll put in subcategories first. Okay, that's good. Same thing. We're just going to do see how entire view looks. That looks good. Okay. And then for this, I'm just going to float this for now. We're going to move it in a second. But for now, I'm going to leave it just so it's right. I'm just going to leave it right there for now. Put it as a row. Good. We don't need the title. That's good. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it right there for now, just so I don't forget about it. So looking at this came out pretty good. I'm gonna take out the sales here. Edit. Go. Perfect. That's good. Cool. So same thing. There's a title showing here, but you're not able to see it. So we're just gonna go into here. We're gonna right click, edit title. And we're going to call this one, let's go, sales and profit by subcategory. Good. Let's bold that. Good. I want also the layout to be background of just nothing. Perfect. That's good. Cool. So we're all good with that one. I'm going to leave that there. Obviously, we're going to make some changes, but for right now, just going to bring that also. Bring this. I don't want to forget about that. I'm going to leave that just right here for now. So next one up is like I said, I want to put the states here. So let's go do that. Put a tile right there. Let's go to states. Perfect. Good. Looks like we don't need this. We don't need this scale. We don't need that. So let's get rid of that. Same thing. I'm going to edit the title. Bold it. Make it black. We're going to just call it sales by state. Good. Same thing. We're going to layout and white. Good. And then last but not least, the monthly sales. We're going to put that here. Good. Let's move this up a little bit. Same thing. I'm going to go into here. Bold it. Let's go sales by month. Thing. Background of white. There we go. Cool. So what I want to do quickly is I'm going to make the adjustments to all of these really quickly by going in here, going to padding. They're all, I think 8 should be good on all of them. 8 should be good. There we go. 8. Good. Last one. 8 and 8. Very good. Okay. So we're not done yet. There are some changes I would like to make, especially, let's go. Perfect. I want to get rid of this border here. I want to see if I get rid of that border there too. I want to change this. And I have to put this into place too. So let's start with this border right here. Just go up to here, format, go to borders, and we're just going to go none. Perfect. And none. Good. That's perfect. That looks good. Because Because like I said, we don't need these borders every time. There are times where borders are necessary for certain charts, but for this one, not necessary whatsoever. Same thing here. We don't really need a border here. We don't need this. We need this, but we don't need that. So let me go into here, format, border. Let's go. Okay, looks good. Looks good. That's good right there. That's fine. Looks pretty good to me, actually. So we're gonna leave that there. I do want to change this. Edit that. I want the tick marks to be every 25,000. Let's see, 25,000. How's that look? That's fair. Well, I'm gonna leave that. Cool. So I'm gonna leave that. And for right now, that's pretty good. We get an idea of each one, and you'll see here too with these tool tips. You'll see that the sales are numeric. If you want to make them currency, you can. Same thing here. We're just trying to construct the charts and everything like that. Tool tips, anything you want to do specifically to improve them, by all means, you can make all those improvements on your spare time, and I will definitely make a video about that. So we're all good with these two. Let me go into here, see how this looks for formatting. Format. I'm thinking I want to show off the sales with a label here. I do want to do, because I don't know if I want this. I might just want to show the label. So let me go to there really quick. Sales, label, show. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. And then I'm going to want to make this a currency, so it can stand out a little bit. No, we're gonna do the pane, not the axis. We're gonna do the pane. Custom. We're gonna round it. Good. Cool. So we have that. So I want to show that off. I'm not sure if I want to keep the axis or not. I'm not 100% sure. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see. Let's take a look. Let's see what it looks like without it. Let's go back. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go back. Never mind. Like I said, if I wanted to really look at this a little bit more, I will. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it like this. I'm not gonna make any changes. Like I said, if I want to sit down a little bit more and see exactly the way I want to do it, I'm sure I would figure out a different way. Or, I mean, it could stay the same. But for right now, I'm just going to leave it the way it is. And yeah, we'll go from there. So I have to put this in here as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little bit of room here. We'll go back dashboard and put like a blank right here. I don't want a ton of room, just a little. There we go. So I can now put this right there. I'll put it right here. I'm gonna go down a little more. There we go. Good. So that's good right there. We have everything we need right there. Can I change the font a little bit? Can I bold it? Can I make it a little bit larger? Oh, sorry, not the title, the body. There we go. Good. So it can stand out a little more. Okay, cool. So we're good with all of that. Now, do I want to keep that border? Let me go back. Let me format here. Border. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, we'll keep it like that. We'll just do that. Cool. So we have this all set. Now I do want to add in some filters. So what I'm going to do really quickly is do that. So what I want to do is I want to do it for each year. I want to do year, I want to do state, and I want to do the subcategory. So let me go back to here. I'm going to go to this tab. I'm going to put in the filters I want right here. So go to order date, years. We're going to use all. Good. Okay. And I'm going to do apply worksheets all using this data source. Okay. And I also want to do state. So I'll do state, use all. Good. Apply to worksheets, all data source. And I also said the subcategories. I'll do that too. Yeah, using all of them. Good. And apply to the worksheets, all using this data source. Good. So now when we put them into our dashboard, we can put them right in and they'll already be usable. We don't have to go in and double check everything. It's all ready to go. So let's go do that right now. Let's go add them here. Go to filters. And what do I want on top? Let's go with the year on top. We'll go year. Now, I don't want them on the right side. I'm going to have them on the left. So let me go do that right now. Here. Perfect right there. Perfect. Good. Okay. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get them all on there first, and then I will make any changes necessary. Go here. Filter. And let's go the subcategory next. Nope, we don't want that there. Nope. Come on. Whatever, just go right there for now. And then go state. Cool. So what I'm going to do for these is I'm going to make these all a drop down just so it can make it a little bit easier on the room. Drop down. Drop down, good. Okay. So I'll go here. Good. Okay. I want to get this out. Good. So now I just have like this one column. Now I just got to put these in properly. Let's go back. There. I'll go there. Same thing with these. So I'm going to we're going to float these. I'm going to float this too. Get these out of the way. Put a container right here. Go. There we go. There we go. Good. Okay. So we have the year, subcategory, and the state. And just heads up, if you put in a tiled container and you have something that's floating, like for example, I'll just do it again. If you have something that's floating and you want to go into a tiled container, just hold shift, click it, and drag it where you want. Just a heads up. That's a quick little tip for that. So I want there to be a little bit of space between each. So I'm going to take a blank, just put a space between each. We'll fix this all in a second. Good. Okay. It drags up a little bit since you don't need that much room. Cool. I'll double check, make sure it's 82, 91. Let's change this a little bit. We don't need that much. That's good for now. So we're going to here. We want the background to be white on each of these. And same thing, we'll put the padding on all of these to 8. Same thing here, padding to an 8. Good. Padding 8 and then 8. Good. Now we just got to make them a little bit larger so there's more room. Good. Good. And good. So let me just move this a little bit here, just so we can move a little bit more over. There we go. And let's take a look. Let's see. Let's see if these are good to go. So let's go here. Perfect. Good. So now we can see here that we can be comparing by the year. So we're good there. Do it by subcategory. So we want to compare accessories to applications and to art. We could do a quick comparison there with each of these and by the state and with also the overall sales profit and the percent of profit. It's good there. And then by state, let's say you want to compare, let's go Florida and Georgia. Now we see a quick comparison of both. We can see how they both did together, and we see how they did by sales. Now we also can do is going into each one, we can make this a filter. So let's say once you get right to the point and not use these on the side, you just go click Texas right away, get a quick idea of how Texas did. You can do New Mexico. And also if you want to do more than one, let's say you click Texas, you want to compare it to California, just hold Control and also click California, and now you can compare both. And you do that for all of these. Let me get that off. Let's say I go to category and I click phone, but I also do chair. I can do a quick comparison. So make sure if you want to do more than one, all you have to do is hold Control every time you do it. And make sure you have the filter button on so you can do that. But as of right here, we're all done. Like I said, I encourage you to go in here and make any changes you want. Feel free to share this with me on my social platforms on LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram. I really appreciate you spending your time working on this dashboard with me, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Thank you.